Emergence of New Kingdoms in South India, later Cholas and Pandyas.
Come, children, let us learn about the mighty Cholas. The Cholas are among the most popular and well-known Tamil monarchs in the history of South India. Their elaborate administration, extensive irrigation network, magnificent temples, great contributions to art and architecture, and overseas expeditions gave them a preeminent place in history. Now, let us see how the Cholas revived their rule. The ancient Chola kingdom ruled with the Kaveri Delta as the core of its territory and Urar, which is present-day of Tiruchirappalli, as its capital. It rose to prominence under Karigala but gradually declined under his successors. In the 9th century, Vijayalaya, who ruled a small territory north of the Kaveri, revived the Chola dynasty. He conquered Tanjore and made it his capital. Later, Rajendra I and his successors ruled from the newly built capital, Gangaikonda Rajaraja I, who ruled from 985 to 1014 CE, was the most powerful ruler of the Chola Empire. He established Chola authority over large parts of South India. His famous naval expeditions expanded the empire to the west coast and Sri Lanka. He also built the famous Rajarajeswaram temple, now known as the Brihadisvara temple at Tanjore. His son and successor, Rajendra Chola I, matched his father in expanding the Chola Empire. During his reign, the Chola Empire remained a powerful force in South India. After his accession, Rajendra Chola I led a successful military expedition to North India and captured many territories. He proclaimed himself Gangaikonda, conqueror of the Ganga region. To commemorate his victories, he built the Gangaikonda temple. His powerful navy conquered Srivijaya, southern Sumatra, and Chola control over the seas promoted flourishing overseas trade. Now, let us see how the Chola Empire declined. Rajendra Chola's 3 successors were not capable rulers. Veera Rajendra's son Rajendra was killed in civil unrest, ending the Vijayalaya line of Chola rule. After Rajendra's death, the eastern Chalukya prince Rajendra Chalukya seized the Chola throne and ruled as Kulottunga I, beginning the Chalukya Chola dynasty. He strengthened the empire, avoided unnecessary wars, and earned the goodwill of his subjects. However, the Cholas lost Ceylon, parts of the Pandya territory, and Kanchipuram to the Telugu Cholas. In 1279, Maravarman Kulasekara Pandyan, the first defeated the last Chola king, Rajendra Chola III, bringing the Chola dynasty to an end. Now, let us see how the Cholas ruled their empire. The king was the head of the state and enjoyed enormous powers. His orders were written on palm leaves or inscribed on temple walls. Kingship was hereditary, and the eldest son, known as Yuvaraja, was appointed heir and often served as governor for administrative training. The empire was divided into Mandalams, provinces, which were subdivided into Nadus, then Kurrams, groups of villages, and finally Gramam village, the smallest administrative unit. Next, let us see how villages were administered. Local administration functioned through Urar, Sabayar, Nagaratar, and Natar. Urar represented landholders in villages. Sabayar managed administration, finance, and justice in Brahmin villages. Nagaratar administered Troder settlements, Nagaram. Natar was the Nadu assembly that settled disputes. These assemblies worked through committees that managed irrigation, roads, temples, gardens, revenue collection, and religious festivals.
இது போன்ற பாட வீடியோக்களை மேலும் பார்க்க நம்ம ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்ஸ் லேர்னிங் ஹப் சேனல்ல சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. எங்க ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்ஸ் சாஃப்ட்வேர் பை பண்றதுக்கு ஸ்கிரீன்ல தெரியுற இந்த நம்பருக்கு கால் பண்ணுங்க.